Hi, I'm Pat Fiume. I've been a realtor for over 30 years. I'm a host of the American Dream Show. Welcome to my show, Is This for Real Estate? Welcome back. I'm here with Bill Colborn. He's a realtor at Remax Preferred, our sister company. He's also the producer of this show. Welcome here.
Thanks, Pat. I'm glad to be here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So, I guess to give you a little background, I had a deal with Bill, and he wasn't happy where he was at. So I said to him, "Why don't you come over to Remax with me? You'll really enjoy it here. We have a lot of training. We can help mentor you." And he came right over.
She's been the best since. I got to say that there has been nobody better to me in real estate than you've been, Pat, and I can't thank you enough for that.
I can't thank you either for all your help you're giving me, because I've always wanted to either write a book or do a podcast or something. So you've helped me tremendously with this, because I don't even know how to cut and paste.
Yeah, it all started.
Which is a true story.
Yeah, I know. I've actually been working on that with her. Yeah, it's kind of funny how this all started for me. I started my own channel on YouTube about 2 years ago, and it snowballed in its own way. And I never, people start channels all the time and they don't make it anywhere. And I literally started it as a goof. And 2 years later, here I sit with 41,000 subscribers.
That's amazing.
And it helped me start this production company, Three Shades Production. Mm-hmm. And here I am still doing real estate, doing all this production stuff, and still doing my own channel. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
A lot of work. You have a lot of energy.
It's a lot of work and very time consuming. Very time consuming.
It is. So we're trying to get, trying to start your real estate career.
Correct.
We're doing some of the training, and I've been working with you mentoring, and
absolutely.
Randall, the broker, has been helping you mentoring as well.
Absolutely has, yes.
So we have a lot of systems set up to help people get started, and even seasoned agents to get brush up their techniques or get different techniques, because as the market changes, you need to adjust the way you're doing business sometimes.
That's 100% fact, because I got my license during the height of the pandemic.
Wow.
And I gotta say, when I got my license, real estate seemed very, very easy. They were just falling into my lap, clients constantly. I'm like, I don't even know how to keep up with all these people.
Right.
And most of them don't really turn out that great. It's how it goes. A lot of people are interested, but not everybody's qualified.
Right.
And but the ones that I did work with have been great, and I'm still here doing it. It's just now you see how many people are falling away that became realtors during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Because they find out now that this is actually work.
It is a lot of work.
And
today.
it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work. If you want to succeed in this, you have to hustle. Period.
You have to hustle, and you have to really need listings to get buyer leads. You have to have listings too. So
I'm still working on that.
We're trying to work on figuring out what to do to get listings.
Yeah. 2 years in, I haven't had one yet. So anybody hears this, you need one. Mm-hmm. But it's coming. It's coming. I'm sure of that. It's just all the new things we've been working on lately.
It's like once you get one listing, it starts.
Exactly. Just like anything. Like it's a snowball. You get out of it what you put in.
Exactly.
Yep. And your teachings have been phenomenal, because I got to say, I'm not going to talk crap on my old company. A little. They didn't help me for crap. Mm-hmm. And that's me being honest. I don't know what it was about me, but they didn't see anything in me. And everybody that I knew beforehand told me, you need to become a realtor. Well, you're good at talking to people, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't see it in me.
A lot of companies talk a good game to get you in there, and then they kind of let you dangle. And that's been one of the reasons I start this channel, is to help people like you. Mm-hmm. And I always try to help people anyway, because there's so many people that have no idea what to do to get started, or what to do to maintain business, or even get business. And the training is just not always there.
Not always, or rarely, honestly.
Good people, I think, that would have been really good agents fall through the cracks, because they don't have the support system they need to make it in this business.
Yeah, I mean, between you, Randall himself, Connie Kersey, who's been on this show as well. Denise Crescenzio has been on this show as well. You guys have all been beyond fantastic to me. I don't even know where to begin to thank you. That's why I do anything I can to make sure if you guys need anything, I'm always there for you.
And if anybody out there is thinking about making a change and looking for a good company, Remax Preferred is amazing.
Come on over.
The support system and the training, like Connie's doing. Buffini classes for people.
I actually took that last year with her.
And that's really,
it was great.
It's a new class every year too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I need to get on the next one.
Yeah, it starts tomorrow.
Fantastic. I might miss that one.
You might miss that one.
The next one I'll be a part of for sure.
Yeah.
You know how it is. I've been kind of swamped lately with all the things.
So what's it like for you? I know you started your real estate career, and you're also doing a lot of the video work here and the editing and things like that. How did you get into that?
Kind of just by starting a YouTube channel. Like during the pandemic, I was watching reaction channels of people watching like movies for the first time and talking about new movies coming out. And not to be mean to any other channels, I felt like I could do this. And I've always been in the entertainment business. I sung for bands many years. And I just wanted to try something new. So me and a couple buddies sat down on the couch, put a camera in front of us. And that footage I had to edit because, we'd mess up or cough or something silly would happen. And we had to edit. I had to edit the video down. And as time went on, the more I edited, the more I would learn about editing and the ways to put different things, like how to use green screen things. And it's just, I'm just self-taught. I just sat there and kept working with it. And then 2 years later, here we sit.
And you're very good at what you do. It's amazing.
Thank you. I very much appreciate
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
I really do. I
I'm
try
impressed.
hard. Thank you.
From somebody can't cut.
I was going to say she can't copy and paste, but she's still impressed, and I appreciate that.
I recognize talent when I see it.
And that's it. That honestly is a talent in itself. Because a lot of people are like impressed by the smallest things. Yeah. And then I see it, I'm like, it could be better. Because I have an eye for that myself.
With real estate, when I met you on a deal that kind of went sour.
Unfortunately. Not our fault.
Not our fault.
Client fault.
But I saw in you someone I thought would be very good at real estate.
And I appreciate that. I really do. The funny part about that is within the hour of me getting off the phone with Pat, Randall had called me. And I'm like on the phone with him. I'm like, you are who and why are you calling? And don't get me wrong, brokers call you a lot. Everybody's trying to recruit you, but there was something about the way he talked to me, and not to mention, I kept telling, I did like I did with every other broker. We'll talk. We'll see if we can set up a meeting. And I had no real intention of doing it, And he, for the next 5 days, called me diligently, saying, "When are we doing it? When are we doing it?" I'm like, "Okay, fine. Geez, I'll come meet you." And that was it. I was here. Ever since, all I had to do was that one sit down with him, knowing you were a part of this, I wanted to be in.
Yep, and you've also starting to come along with me on my American Dream shows.
Yeah.
That I've been doing. You've been coming to learn some editing and videography skills from that.
Yes, that was very telling for me. It was very enjoyable. I learned a lot.
Well, I just did my latest filming was in Merchantville, New Jersey, and Bill came along because he wanted to watch the videographer and what went on there. And we actually wound up taping a podcast episode show. I'm excited.
It's way cooler than you think it is.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
It was fun. And it's I think all these experiences make you learn more things, and I find the energy from doing all these things. I was getting very complacent with my real estate career. I've been doing this a long time, and I started doing my new construction, which gave me energy and gave me something new, because after 30 plus years, you start, not that it's boring, because every deal is different, but it does get old.
It can get repetitive and stale.
Yeah, and when I start the new construction, I've been on that deal for 5 years, and we're just finishing up hopefully phase 2, where we opened up for deposits, the estates at Oldman's Creek, which was the first show I did on my American Dream show, and then I highlighted, it's a lifestyle show, so we highlighted like the brewery or the vineyard down the street, and then the horse farm next door, along with the site, and I had a historian on. But even that, I really am excited doing new construction.
Yeah.
Doing that has really gotten me more comfortable, because I'm not a person comfortable in front of a computer or in front of a camera. I actually have a little bit of
You can say that. I watch you every time.
I'm good one-on-one, but I think I'm getting better.
Absolutely.
And I think the podcast, and you're helping me, giving me more energy too.
I appreciate that.
Because I was doing good I actually feel like I'm doing better on the American Dream since I've been doing the podcast.
Well, you just become more natural in front of a camera, more calm in front of it. You can, honestly, the more you're in front of the camera, the more you forget it's there.
Right, and I think that's what's been happening, because you kept telling me that, like, let's do it.
Why not?
And I kept saying, I don't know. And Randall he's been telling me for 2-3 years to start doing podcasts or videos. And then I did the American Dream thing first, and then he kept saying, you still need to do more videos, and you're saying you should do videos.
I fully think you should.
You've been telling me about your podcast since day one, and how I would be a good podcast to help
I fully
people.
agree. And here we are.
Not
doing too bad. This is the way you started. Everything takes time to grow, and I truly believe the more we do this, the greater it's going to get.
Yeah.
And it's been getting better and better every single time you get behind this camera.
No.
I don't see the nerves that you talk about, but
They're there.
that's fine. But you don't show it, and that's the biggest part when it comes to camera.
I know. Well, it's funny because my friends that have known me forever, like since childhood, like they're the only ones that are catching it.
Yeah.
Like especially my first show or two, they're like, "Wow, you were really nervous." Nobody else would notice it, but they know because they know me so well.
Yeah.
You know, they've known me since the third grade or kindergarten. You know.
Sure.
I still have some of my girlfriends from kindergarten, third grade.
That's good.
Or like elementary school, you know, and they're like, wow, I could see it. Nobody else would notice it, but they saw it. You know?
That's good though. I mean, there's
But everybody
there's
else
nothing wrong
thinks
with
I'm
that.
doing good, so that's great.
That's my point. Is the good part is they're noticing it, but nobody sees it. Because
Right.
I mean, I've been doing this for a little bit now, and I can tell when somebody's nervous on camera, you know, and because you've had a guest or two that those people were nervous.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
They stared at me like, ooh.
Hello, Pat. What would you like to speak on? But you know, that's just to each their own. I mean, some people aren't that comfortable,
and
but everybody
it's their
did
first
good.
time.
And
Like-
everybody has done really well.
Well, even my first time doing the American Dream, I tried. I think you're better off winging it, like we kind of do with this show.
Absolutely.
When I try to memorize something, oh my God, I took 22 takes to get my intro for my first American Dream show. It was off, and it was hot, and it was supposed to be cold.
Yeah. Oh,
I think my makeup was running down my face.
Lord.
I could just feel it. You know.
Well,
It was
when you try to
miserable.
memorize something, it can get jumbled in your head.
Yeah, and they always tell you, like, in the videographer Bob, who's going to be a guest eventually on here, he said the next couple weeks. My videographer for the American Dream is amazing. Like,
He's a good
he is
dude.
so good at
He's
keeping
very
me
good at
in
what he does.
line and like telling me, reminding me things to do, and he's very good at setting up. Sometimes I
Yes,
think
absolutely.
one shot will be better than another, and he's like, no, completely off. Like just Merchantville.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be great to walk downtown and do the interview. He's like, no, the train station over there, because there's an antique refurbished train station. It's now a coffee shop.
Very nice place.
And there's a art gallery upstairs, and he's like,
I
that
didn't
would be
know that.
perfect. And we walked up to and stood right in front of it, and the shot, the visualness of that shot, I think we had a lot of fun with that show.
It was a blast. It really was. I agree.
So do you have any funny story, real estate or podcast stories that you would like to talk about?
I've got a lot
at
of
the end
them.
this, or?
You know what? I'm since you always get real estate ones, I'm gonna go to my show
Okay.
and talk about it.
Uh-oh.
I had a guest on once, and I'm not gonna shout out any names or anything, but he was another podcaster, and he wanted to come on and and promote his own show, and I was okay with that, no big deal. And when he got to my house to do the filming, it was real cool, real nice, and then he asked about how I do some of my editing. So I go sit at the computer and I start showing him, and before I even start, he's like rubbing my back. Oh wow, you are really good at this. Well, uncomfortable. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe he's just weird, you know what I mean? So we go through the whole thing. Every time we got done a video, he would follow me around the basement, shaking my hand. That was so good. You're so good on camera. I'm like, oh yeah, I appreciate that, man. And then this is the part that really takes the cake. So then we proceed to leave, and this is where the funny moment actually happens. We get outside, and me and my buddy Snook, who's on my channel as well, we're walking down to the cars, and this guy's following us. And I proceed to shake his hand and say, really good job. I appreciate you coming by and being a part of it and blah, blah, blah. And he proceeds to miss my hand and give me the most awkward hug. Long, awkward hug I've ever had. Like both my arms were down and he wrapped around me, And it was just very, very weird. And I was happy he left. But nothing against the guy, it's just, it was different.
It's almost like you go to give somebody a kiss and they move and you kiss their ears.
Yeah, or something weird like that, get the nose somehow. What was that,
Oh, God, I had that happen to me once.
It was so
awful.
terrible. It just felt so weird. I just wanted
So
to go in and
awkward.
take a shower. But yeah, there's also a ton of real estate ones, but how they can, like things that you find and whatnot, but this is a family friendly show.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us today. I really appreciate you taking the time and
Thank
all
you so
you
much.
do to help with the show and do the show.
It's my pleasure, Brad. I love working with you. So
Okay,
thank
too.
you.
All right, take care.
You too.